Welcome back, my beautiful friends. Today we're going over the patch notes for the new update. So we're going to be focusing specifically on all the new changes to the game, and of course all the balance changes to the game. Starting off here with the new Psy skin. This is Dream State Psy, which is kind of fun. In addition, we've got a new map called Luminous Cove, in which the balloons randomly wrap around through here, come through the middle, and end up coming out the bottom over here. You can use mer monkeys on all the new water spots kind of across the way here, and it's cool because they have layers to it. So if we, I don't know, can we use the sniper anywhere over here? Maybe, no, maybe kind of a little bit. There's not much land on this area. There's all purple sand areas down here, but they're on the low end of the map, so you can't get good attack damage on the top. Any which way, a fun and well-designed map with that 3D aspect. It's easy to overlook this guy right here, but this is the Quest Man and the all the things guy. So we have a couple new quests here. We've got the mer monkeys, no mere monkeys. Not mere monkeys? Okay. Super Dartling Bros. That sounds fun. I like that. A Strange Blue Anomaly. And then we've got Hug-a-Bloon, Psy Insight, Royal Tank Academy, Striker Jones Instruction, Tinkerer's Tutorial, Oben's Gardening School, A Guide to the Book of Spirits. Holy crap, there's a lot of stuff here. One Stop Pop Shop, Phase 1, Strike in Bed. There's all this new stuff here that we have to play eventually. This is looking awesome. There's definitely some new trophy store items. Feel free to check those out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Ninja Kiwi has specifically noted that they want some simpler balance changes for this update because the mer monkey is now part of the game here. So that means that we're going to go over all the balance changes for you guys today, but we're going to try to keep it nice and simple, just like Ninja Kiwi. The Pierce of the Spike-a-Pult has been decreased from 22 to 18. So not like a huge deal here, but we're definitely not just going through infinite balloons or anything like that for this guy. The Juggernaut got his increase, though, from 50 to 60. So now we can go through a lot of balloons and still do that cool bounce here. Ooh, this is kind of rough for us. The Crossbow Master. Crossbow Master attack cooldown increased from 0.16 to 0.24. So I like this guy a lot, obviously, and I think he's one of the best towers in the game. Oh my god, I said a lot of BFBs. That was 200 times, 150 times like 7. Any which way, that is a lot slower, but because of that, we get more damage, from 6 to 8 damage, kind of equalizing that out, almost. And then, interestingly enough, randomly, our crit damage has been increased from 50 to 80, which is inconsistent for other crits. 50 used to be the max for all of the other towers as well, like the Sharpshooter. It used to be 50 crit damage every single time you crit. So that is interesting that we could actually change the crit damage off this guy. In addition, the random 1-0 and 2-0 got Pierce increases from 14 to 16 and 21 to 24. That being said, the Top Path Crossbow Master might be somebody to reckon with. And or now we might not automatically buy the middle path. Do you ever have one of those times when you're just like, Ninja Kiwi specifically says that the upgrade that you think is better is so bad that they have to nerf the other one to make it more even? Well, that just happened to me. I've always gone for the fast throwing on my MOA press. I've just done it every single time. I knew just randomly, just a while back, that the improved ranks did a different and weirder, unique job with it. But any which way, they finally said, I'm saying any which way all the time nowadays. I'm sorry about that. That they are nerfing the improved ranks to make it more fair now. The 104 is going to have a cross-pierce benefit reduced from 100 down to 60. Ooh. That is pretty... I need to stop sending out 150 freaking Moabs here, dude. Alright, so 100 down to 60, though, that is actually a pretty big deal here, but we can still stun multiple Moabs, do mega damage to Moabs, basically take this thing down with one single Moab press. It's definitely not a bad tower. Still a very, very good one. And then randomly a 204 is going to have that Pierce benefit reduced from 220 down to 120. So that's a big difference, by the way, but still, is it worth it? Probably. Holy balls, Superman. This is probably one of the most ridiculous changes I've seen in a long time, and I just find it almost hilarious that they're doing this. Another tower that we can use as a start to Chimps mode. Bomb shooter price reduced from $525 down to $375. $150 change for a base cannon? That just sounds ridiculous. But, okay, I mean, I could see a base cannon spam being a thing. Like, why not? Or just being a engineer cannon combo start or dart monkey cannon combo start. Like, I could totally see that being a really weird and cool way to play the game. I can't say any which way again, because that would be awful. But this is cool. I like this. Anyways, I did almost did it again. Bigger bombs now has a price reduction also from $350 down to $250, so they're really causing us to want to use these lower tier cannons. Really big bombs Pierce increased from 60 to 80, so we want to get that third tier really big bombs. The Moab Assassin price got increased from 3,100 to 3,350. That kind of made sense. He got really OP with his ability able to go through Moabs into other Moabs with his damage, often insta-killing weird things like BFBs down to nothing. The Moab Eliminator price got increased also. This kind of makes a lot of sense. He's been really OP for a while, one of the best bad poppers in the game. Nerfed by 2,500 health. The extra range bonus increases the range from 7 to 12 now, which is kind of insanity. The frag bomb's damage is now uncapped. Okay. I don't understand what that means. I don't understand what that means at all. But the frag bomb's damage is now uncapped, and the pierce is now uncapped. So I think that means that we can maybe buff it with an elk and get bonus damage off of the frag bombs. Is that what they mean? And random bonuses with the primary training and stuff? That's really cool if that's the case. And then randomly the Bomb Blitz, which has been a tower that nobody uses ever because it's been awful for a really long time, and I'm just building cannons all over the place. But the Bomb Blitz here, another price reduction from 28,000 to 25,500. So, fair price decrease in my opinion. It's a weird tower, really difficult to use. And I'm kind of confused by this because I thought that this was already a thing. But I guess that they're changing the super range pierce from 1 to 3 now for just the super range. But I thought it was already 2. So you guys can feel free to correct me on that, but it says 1 to 3 now. Okay. And that leads us to the Blade Shooter, which the Blade Shooter Pierce has been unchanged by this. So basically it just means it's more meaningful to go for a second tier attack shooter these days, just super range just because. And a super range with fast shooting, even fast shooting or something like that's actually kind of a weird tower that might just like randomly make sense these days. Lots of extra maybe. Maybe. Probably not though. Yeah, I don't know. I could see this guy like randomly doing something weird and actually helping you out in weird ways. And then the 420 Ring of Fire Pierce is also unchanged. This does not affect any of the other towers, basically. Oh, this is kind of weird. Icicles. Damaging Moabs. Very powerful, too. We're talking about 10 damage per shot here. What? I mean, I know that we're trying to work towards an Icicle Impale, but it was weird that the 4th tier had nothing to do with Moabs almost. It basically did nothing to them. And now we go from doing nothing to almost killing a Moab with a single Icicles here. And that was without the Enhanced Freeze or any other upgrades here. Kind of cool. I really like this edition of the game. Dang. I feel like they are really making things very balanced right now, and that's a little upsetting for me, to be honest. Because some of these towers, I'm like, I just learned about how good they were, and now I'm like, oh, dang, dude. Freaking Glue Storm here. Duration increased from 15 to 20 seconds for the ability, which is pretty nice, but the cooldown has been longified. So you're going to see that now it's going to last, like, what, 50% of the time? Well, I should know this. But yeah, it's going to last not very long. We have a longer cooldown or we don't get to use it, so you can't just consistently use it over and over and over again, which you could have done, like 2 or 3 updates ago, and then they nerfed it, and now they're, like, changing it. So it's definitely just weird here. Also, Relentless Glue. Oh, big nerf on this guy. We're talking about a $600 change for Relentless Glue. Now, to be fair, it was really OP. But they did not change the Super Glue. Super Glue is still a very meta tower in the game. So, Relentless Glue getting that slight nerf also relates a little bit to Super Glue, but not in a ridiculous way. Only a $600 change for Super Glue as well. So, fair enough for me. Next up, we get a quick sniper change here. The Bouncing Bullet got a price decrease from $2,400 to $2,100. Honestly, they're already pretty good, so this is kind of a fun little change to the game here. Randomly, because they gave us that benefit, though, the supply drop, which did not get a price change, is going to have a cash per crate reduction of $100 from $1,200 to $1,100. Okay, I can't build this in sandbox mode, so I'm just not going to do it, but Goliath Doomship did get some nerfs here, kind of across the board. Cooldown increased from 50 to 60 seconds. Regular damage increased from 20 to 30,000, but then the carpet bomb bonus damage to boss is reduced from 20 to 0. 20,000 to 0. So interesting. Support life crate collection radius 100 down to 50. So We don't just collect it if we're close by, we have to be very close by. I guess that's acceptable. This is also kind of unique, but not necessarily a bad thing. The, what's it called? The redeploy ability, which I did not even know that was the name of this, is going to be having a much lesser cooldown from a ridiculous 45 seconds down to only 15 seconds. So we could pick up different towers here and move them around and fly around with different things, set them down, and still have no issues with doing it again on the same round. Again, just kind of cool. Dang, dude, they always gotta hit me with this. I'm like the only one that likes artillery batteries. Well, clearly not, but artillery batteries have always been like my favorite tower in the game. So they just nerf and nerf and nerf again. Artillery battery price increased again from 5,900 to 6,500. Then in addition, Popadon price increased from 32 to 38, a $6,000 nerf. That's a big difference, man. I don't want to say he's not worth it yet, but $6,000 difference is a big deal here. Okay, we got a weird one here. Plasma Accelerator got a really odd buff to increase its pierce from 75 to 150. Now, to me, that's a little goofy, because my major issue was that if you play in the 80-plus rounds, the ceramics are just really, really, really strong against your attack, and they just make him suck. So, like, it's weird that we have these ceramics that we can't do anything to on Route 80+. I shouldn't say anything to, but, like, clearly that's not very good compared to if we just fight the exact same ceramic on round 79. Let's do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. We can take them down with ease. It just means that this guy becomes absolutely worthless after round 80. So that's the reason why he's not very good. So anyways, adding more pierce doesn't really fix that problem. So to me, I mean, I don't care about the pierce, but it could make him even more powerful before round 80. Just popping every single freaking blue in existence, man. Specifically, like, round 63 and everything, the pierce is just insane. Also, interestingly enough, if you want to, you can get the faster swivel here. So if you notice, our swivel here is not exactly quick, but not horrible. I mean, if we have to move and micro with this guy, it's not going to be easy. But now we have a faster swivel now, so we can basically swivel on a dime, bro. Swivel as fast as you need to swivel from 360 to 440. So not even that big of a change, but it feels very smooth, very fluid. Woo! Kind of fun. Dang, bro. It's, again, when I find a tower that I'm like, I kind of learned to like this guy. Ninja Kiwi just comes and they're like, how about stomp on your face? Robo Monkey. It's not a huge change, but it is going to be a change that affects him quite a bit. The Monkey Pierce reduced from 6 to 5, and this is going to carry into the Tech Terror and the Anti-Bloom, which were all solid towers kind of across the board here. Losing 1 Pierce isn't a huge deal for an Anti-Bloom, and not a huge deal for a Tech Terror, but is going to be a pretty big deal for that 3rd tier here. So, I don't know. I can't really judge it just yet, but I like this tower, and I feel like now I'm going to be a little sad not like him as much. And he just got nerfed in, like, the last update, so double nerfs, man. It feels bad. Oh, this is going to be fun. Permabrew just got a price reduction of a lot of money. From 60k down to 48,000. Chicka, what? But because of that, his range got reduced again. Man. So they're going to force you if you need to. Oh, it's kind of nice to have that big range, man. Is this less than the 4th tier? It's just the exact same. Okay, it's the exact same. It just feels so small now because I'm used to it being so big on the 5th tier here. Now they want you to use the support Chinook. They're like, well, we want to force you to use it, bro. You're going to have to use it, so... and you have to get not only support Chinook, but you have to get no, you don't need a special operations. That's okay. Alrighty, folks, we got some Druid changes here. I don't fully understand all of them, so feel free to let me know if anything's going on here. It's really late at night, and I'm trying to get this video done for you guys. I've been hacking away at videos all day today. By the way, I have a second channel. I've been playing Kingdom Rush Hardcore on it. The new Kingdom Rush 5, by the way. And, of course, they had to come out with a new update for BTD6 as well. So I've been hammering this thing down. If you guys want to be nice to me, you guys can press the like button. You guys can feel free to subscribe. And lastly, you can use my creator support code. It's SJB. It does support me a lot. So I do really appreciate that, by the way. I almost wanted to say any which way. I really am trying to stop myself here. So the Druid here has a storm reduction rate. So, I don't know, I wasn't really using this guy for his reduction of storm action here, or for his total storm output. So I don't know if that's really going to matter to me, but yeah, it's a thing. Superstorm, 3 changes here. BFB Pierce penalty reduced, Oh My God Pierce penalty reduced, and Superstorm damage increased from 12 to 120. Oh. So, this might actually be okay, because you know what the big problem with this guy was? He didn't do any damage. So... he was just stuck there fighting the same Zomagod for like 20 years, and it felt really awful. So being able to do some damage, not even a lot of damage, but some damage is going to be somewhat impactful. But to be honest, it's still going to take frickin' forever to pop a Zomagod. And this is going to go back like 20 times. We need to do 4,000 damage plus with this guy to kill it. It's going to take forever. Still, Superstorm, not really, saving my life here at all. And then randomly, we also have a jungle, a Druid of the Jungle attack rate change. It didn't say nerfed or buffed, but I assume that this is slower than it was before. It's now 2.6 seconds on this cooldown. So, I don't know what it was before, but it seems okay to me. That seems like a pretty reasonable attack speed. I'm assuming that it's probably like 2.4 or 2.3 or something like that, and they changed it to 2.6. That's my guess. I thought Ninja Kiwi said they were taking it easy on me for these balance changes, but oh my gosh, bro. Spike Factory, even faster production. So that's going to be the middle path here. Rate bonus reduced from 30 to 25. Dang, they want to... That's weird. That's really weird to me. Because usually everybody says go top path, go bigger stacks, go white hot spikes. So, like, obviously you want this for the red hot things. Why would you nerf the even faster production, man? I guess because you have problems with spike balls even faster production, you're trying to fix it in some way, or maybe you have problems with long life spikes even faster production. I don't know, bro. To me, that doesn't make any sense, but I'm sure there's a reason why. And then in addition, the spike storm price increased from 5 to 6k. They're really trying to make DDTs impossible, aren't they? They're like, how do we get people to spend more money on popping DDTs? Let's make everything suck against DDTs, bro. It's kind of how I feel right now, except for the new Mermonkey, by the way. The Symphonic Resonance is very good against DDTs, so can't complain too much, right? And when we got this much freaking DDT slowdown action going on, you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. So... yeah, look at that. We just slurped them back up. We can suck them backwards, man. Okay, I can't even talk about this right now because this is just absurd. All right, Beast Handler. So I usually skip out on the Beast Handler because people just hate them, and I don't really care about them, and the changes are always really weird. But these are not super ridiculous here, so we're going to try to go over them fairly quickly. T-Rex, damage reduced from 30 to 26, so a nerf on this guy, but his range is also reduced from 60 to 52, so they made the T-Rex suck. Okay, thank you for making the T-Rex suck. Giant Condor change. Giant Condor. Price increased from 7,800 to 9,000. Now, I think they probably overdid the buffs in the last update. That's probably why they're nerfing these guys a little bit. They realized that Beast Handler, if you have experts playing, are actually really, really good with them. It's just the base, regular user base does not really care for them that much because they're really complicated and hard to use. Anyways, Giant Condor price is increased by a little bit. The Ceramic Pierce penalty increased from 0 to 1, and the DDT Pierce penalty reduced from 59 to 29. So I assume worse against DDTs and worse against ceramics. That's what we're going to say about them. Lastly, we've got to talk about the sub and the Buccaneer changes, which the sub changes are all Paragon changes, so I'm not going to talk about them, just to be straight with y'all. It's not that I don't care about it, it's just only the hardcore players really need to know the differences. Test them out and see if you like them. As far as the Buccaneer goes, though, we need to talk about this guy. So we got some interesting changes here. First of all, the 4th tier aircraft carrier, big price nerf, 69 to 8,000. What? That's absurd, kind of. Like it was already pretty good, and I kind of just got used to it being good, and I'm kind of upset that I can't use that good thing anymore. So, that's the thing. Cannon ship, grape damage increased from 2 to 3. That's kind of weird, because the cannons were the main thing that we were doing damage with, but sure, I'll take some extra damage off of my cannon ship here with the extra grape stuff. The Monkey Pirate's grape damage increased from 3 to 5. The Monkey Pirate's ability cooldown reduced from 50 to 45, so they're like, use the freaking Monkey Pirates on us, man. And then, randomly, the Pirate Lord ability number of hooks increased from 3 to 6! So this is kind of absurd. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, if we've got the camo detection, we can go, whoop, just insta-kill DDTs for mad money! This is actually really, really, really cool. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of think this is probably the coolest thing of the entirety of the video here. It's just this right here. Whoosh. I love it. And then the hooks for Zomagod increased from 2 to 3 though, which means that we can still hit 2 Zomagods with this ability, hopefully. See, 1 and 2. What I sent out. Just like that. 2 Zomagods now. That's actually pretty cool. Used to be just 1 before, plus like a BFB or something. Now we can do 2 Zomagods by themselves, or 6 full DDTs, 6 full BFBs. That's awesome. I love it. Normally, I skip out on the hero balance changes because they're usually pretty minor. But in this situation, we have got a lot of really crazy changes here. So I'm not even going to read them all, but I'm going to go over like a base idea of what's going on here. So first of all, open green foot tornado attack cooldown buff reduced from 30 to 25. So it sucks to be open right now. But Captain Churchill, it's good to be this guy. Cannon damage at base level increased from 1 to 3. So pink down to blue, blue down to nothing. But because of that, we've got a lot of changes going on here. Cannon damage increased from 2 to 6 at level 7, 3 to 9 at level 12, 4 to 12 at level 14, 1 to 3 at level 15. Cannon damage increased from 5 to 15 at level 18. So we've got like crazy amounts of things going on here. So many things that we have changes on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 17 or 18 different things here. I don't know what all of this means. This is just going to be something we have to go over and see if it's going to affect us in this situation. But I think generally, it's going to be some crazy freaking buffs, man. So I don't know. I'm just kind of curious to see how this is going to end up working out. Because clearly against a MOAB, we're okay. We're not going to be usually fighting a MOAB at level 10 though. We're going to have way less than that. But overall, it seems okay. Captain Churchill was by far the worst hero in the game, by the way, if you ask me. I think he was I don't want to say useless, but very, very unfun to play with. And I think they finally made him a valuable and reasonable and valid tower in this game. I think. So we'll have to play with him and see if it's going to make sense here. Dang, so we got a couple changes here for Adora. Level 20, Ball of Light is going to be duration decrease. So I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but it used to be 20 seconds. Now it's only 15. Not as fantastic. Sada's level 3 Leaping Sword bonus damage to a MOAB is from 80 down to 60 and carries through the rest of her levels there. So I don't want to say that's a huge difference, but now it's not an automatic take down the MOAB kind of situation. Probably going to be way more difficult to do weird Sada strategies, though. All right, we got some interesting Geraldo changes here. There's quite a few of them. Also, the level 10 Psionic Screams have a knockback minimum increased and a knockback maximum decreased. Kind of odd and weird there. I didn't know there was a minimum for some reason, but okay. Any which way, I did it again, man. The Creepy Idol, we can get more of them now. That's kind of fun. So we get up to 4 Creepy Idols, but the duration reduced from 4 to 2, so you really have to activate them when you actually need them here. They replenish every 3 rounds now instead of 4, though. The Camo Potion duration reduced from 10 to 5. That kind of makes sense, to be honest. This is going to affect a lot of weird, like, one-tower Geraldo chimps plays and stuff like that, because that's kind of ridiculous. But the Camo Potion duration at level 14 is also reduced from 15 to 10. The Tube of Amazo Glue stock replenish interval increased from 3 to 4. All right. The Warren Hero Cape price increased from 1,500 to 7. That's not fair. That wasn't even that good. I mean, like, yeah, it was a little better, but it wasn't insane. You really limit the Super Monkey play. Somebody must have been abusing that or something. I don't know. Shooting turret damage reduced from 6 to 5, so they're just hammering on Geraldo right now. They're like, no, Geraldo can't be the best hero in the game by that much, so yeah. Less damage for you. Genie Bottle bonus MOAB damage reduced from 5 to 0 at level 18. Ooh. I don't want to say this is going to be awful now, but like, for $2,000, this was the best thing in the entire game to buy. Just straight up. There was no other thing that could compare to $2,000 with Genie action. I don't know what it's going to be like now. Is it going to be worth it? I don't know. I mean, this is a BFB right here. We clearly took it down pretty easily, but if we're dealing with like round 98 or something like that, there's no freaking way we're going to be doing a good job here. Here's round 80. Here's round 81. Let's send them both out simultaneously and just see what happens with this Genie action. All right, Genie action. It doesn't feel too bad. Still feels all right. I mean, this is only level 80, but obviously doing any MOAB damage like that is pretty consistent and good. So no complaints from me on that aspect there. All right, Corvus is going to level up faster, so keep that in mind. And then Leah here is going to have some weird changes. So at level 2, we're going to have that grenade do bonus damage to ceramic. What? Why? Who knows? But it's a thing. So bonus damage to ceramic at level 2, by the way. Level 2 is a weird level to have that happen. Max, then we have nothing happen until level 6 here. Aircraft efficiency price reduction increased from 5 to 10%. Now that could be a big deal. That could be a huge deal. All right, we get this guy to level 6. This girl up to level 6. And we can get 10% decreases on everything across the board. Oh, I could really see that being a big deal here. Okay, that's fun. The main grenade bonus damage to ceramics increased from 4 to 5 at level 15. Okay. That's another thing to keep in mind here. Grenade sub-clusters bonus to ceramic increased from 2 to 3. So we really want to be able to kill ceramics with this thing. I don't think she was bad, but I think a lot of other people thought she was bad. And I think she was one of the worst heroes, but I thought she was a fair hero. You know, so I guess buffing her a little bit makes her feel a little more exciting and fun, which is good in my book. Scatter missile changes as well. Cooldown reduced. And we've got kinetic energy deploy time reduced from 2 to 1 second. So we're going to, like, activate it. It's actually going to fly out and do things right away, which is kind of cool. And then the kinetic charge flight speed increased from 250 to 350, so it's going to really get there quickly. So it's not going to be a weird time problem with this thing anymore. It's just going to throw out very quickly and do things, which is what we want out of it. Anyways, there's going to be more things coming up with Easter eggs and other things, but for now, I don't want to go over any of that nonsense. So this is where we're going to end it for you today. Again, if you guys want to be super nice, you can tell I'm freaking tired as crap here. My jaw's messed up too, so it's like making it extra bad. Please press the like button for me, please subscribe, and of course have a super duper delicious day.